Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to another Monday's makeover. I'm gonna start off by priming her face with this Smashbox primer water, and then I'm going to start with her eyebrows. For eyebrows, I am using the Anastasia Dip Brow and an angle brush. I like using this versus a pencil for clients who have very thin eyebrows because I just feel like it's a little quicker to get the pigmentation on her eyebrows and to actually shape them. But with this, you still want to start off with a small amount and then work your way up to the intensity that you would like. I'm just going to clean them up with some ColourPop No Filter concealer, and I'm actually going to use that same concealer as an eyeshadow base. I like doing this especially on clients because it's quicker. It's like a one product and two steps kind of thing, kill two birds with one stone. I'm shaping them first with the concealer brush, but then I'm going in with a more fluffy brush and blending out the concealer all over her lids. To set the concealer, I'm using this matte bone color and with a fluffy brush, and I'm just lightly setting that concealer all over her lid. I'm not really packing it on, I'm just slightly setting it. Because I'm doing a smoky eye, I like to put the eyeliner on first. That way later on I'm not touching the black eyeshadow. I'm actually putting this gel liner onto her waterline, and I'm also tight lining. You want to make sure you don't skip this step because of it being a smoky eye. You want to make sure everything is nice and black and smoky looking. For the crease color, I'm taking this warm medium tone brown with Morphe's 514, I think. It's like a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to add that in her crease and just keep on blending that out until all the harsh lines are gone. So to deepen up the crease a little bit more, I'm taking this brown color that's slightly darker than the first one, and with a more tapered blending brush and adding that to the crease. You want to start off with the lightest shade on to the darkest when you're doing a smoky eye. So as you see, you're gonna see I'm going from lightest to darkest when it comes to the eyeshadows. So now I'm going in with an even darker brown and a more tapered, a more detailed fluffy brush. It fits perfectly in the crease, and you want to put that right below the crease so that way later on when you go and blend the dark black, you have more of like a gradient effect, and it's going to be a little bit easier to blend everything. I'm taking the black gel liner as my base, and I'm applying that on her lid, but I'm trying to keep that color nice and low. You don't want to bring the black too high up because it's going to dry and it's going to be too dark in the crease. Remember, you want a gradient effect, so that black needs to stay really low, and you want to make sure you blend out all the harsh edges because later on when you add the black on top of it, it's going to be easier to blend out. You want to take a matte black and you want to pack that on her lid. Again, you want to try and keep that where you put the black base, because if you go too high up in her crease, it's going to look too black way too fast. Well, I meant it's going to look too black, too high up, too fast. You want it to look really black, but not too high to where she looks like a panda bear. Now I'm going back in with that dark brown color and that same detailed fluffy brush, and I'm going to put this color right where the black ends and the crease color starts, I guess. That way you could blend both colors together so it could look more seamlessly. With a smoky eye, you always want to make sure you go back in with a clean brush and just blend out all the harsh edges. Every time you add a color, you take a clean brush and just make sure you just blend that out. And you will always lose some color, so just make sure you go back and add in the color that you lost if you feel as though it did get a little light. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just going back and forth with the black and the dark brown color, and then again making sure everything is nice and blended until you get the smokiness that you like. I'm now going in with a moisturizer and a liquid highlighter and mixing that up and applying that on her skin because she has very dry skin, so I like doing this so that way she could get more of a glow. Once I was done her eyes and applying her moisturizer, I just popped on some lashes for her. I applied some foundation with the Real Techniques foundation brush. I applied that everywhere and blended it out as much as I can, and then I went in with the Real Techniques sponge just to make sure everything was more blended. You can't get enough of blending. I then applied some ColourPop No Filter concealer, and I used the same technique as I used on her skin. I first blend it out with the brush, and then I go in with the sponge and make sure everything is nice and blended. For contour, I'm using the same concealer but in a few shades darker, and apply that to her cheeks and her forehead and a little bit on her chin, and then I'm gonna blend it out with the same foundation brush and then go in with the sponge to make sure everything again is blended out. I went in with a translucent powder and just made sure I set everything on her skin. I went on to set the contour with the Anastasia contour kit, and I used these two colors. For my inner corner, I'm taking a small, tiny detail brush with this light gold and like a medium gold and applying that into my inner corner. I apply some setting powder underneath her eyes, so when I go in and do her lower lash line, all the fallout will fall onto the loose powder instead of the foundation that I just applied. So I went in with the same colors I did on her lid and her crease, the black and the dark brown, with a more detailed smudge brush. Once you're done the lower lash line, you want to just wipe away that loose powder off from her under eye area. To bronze up her skin a little bit more, I used the Benefit Hoola bronzer with the angled blush brush and just apply that onto her cheeks and forehead. For blush, I'm taking this pinky peach blush and applying that with a angled blush brush onto her cheeks, and just making sure you just blend that out with the contour and everything and the bronzer. So for my favorite part, of course, I'm using the MAC's highlighter palette, and with a small highlighter brush, and just making sure I highlight her cheekbones, a little bit on her forehead, her nose. I could do this on her because she has more of a drier skin type, so she won't look like a grease ball. And then just taking a brush and just making sure everything is blended out. And so everything could just melt into the skin, I'm going to apply some MAC's Fix Plus all over her skin. For her lips, I love doing nude lips with smoky eyes, so I'm using MAC's Whirl and Yash for the lipstick, and I think this NYX one called Peanut Butter. I'm not too sure. Okay, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I see you on my next Monday's makeover.